an election.
I'm glad we didn't.
No, but and then we could have said, here's a party election broadcast on behalf of the Beatles
You're right,
party.
that would have been brilliant.
And we could have gone, if we win, I pledge to provide rockin' riffs.
Rockin' riffs.
That kind of thing.
Well, it is the Beatles versus Public Enemy on Dishes in the Dock. We got 5 callers on the line. Okay, let it begin. Lucy, are you there?
Yes.
How are you, Lucy?
I'm very well, thank you.
You sound quite serious.
Yeah.
Are you heavily hungover?
No, I wish I was actually. I'm on a bit of a detox. Usually I would detox now.
Detox? Celebrity detox?
Yeah, I wish.
Are you going to be offering bowls of your own feces to your family to look at?
Oh, no way.
That's what happens in Celebrity Detox, isn't it?
Luckily I'm not a celebrity.
Didn't Richard Blackwood do that?
I didn't watch Celebrity
I did.
Detox for that very reason.
Yeah.
How long has your detox been going on?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That's pretty
It sounds as if you've flushed all the excitement out of your life. It sounds like you've
I haven't.
you've squeezed out your joie de vivre has been flushed away.
No. Well, perhaps, but... No.
Are you getting very spotty?
No. Is that a common thing?
Sometimes that happens with a detox. All the toxins come out, and you go through a phase of looking as if you've died.
So you feel rubbish and you look worse.
Yeah.
I think you should retox really heavily tonight. A big cake, a crack pipe, 20 bottles of White Stripe. I think that it sounds like you've lost your vim, your vigour, your pep.
Joe, can you remind children out there not to take crack and cake?
Don't smoke crack or eat lots of cake. Okay. Obviously, that was a joke. Lucy,
cake there. I couldn't.
No, don't smoke cake.
I'd give up the pipe, but not the cake.
Do not smoke cake. What, Lucy? What are you voting for? Is it going to be the Beatles or the Public Enemy?
Well, the Beatles, of course.
The Beatles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. You win a copy of Rip It Up and Start Again, Simon Reynolds' fascinating post-punk book. You excited about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you like to read?
Yeah, now I do. Now I'm on my details.
Yeah, brilliant. There we go. Lucy, thanks for calling. So it's 1-0 to the Beatles. We've got another Lucy.
Hello.
Hello, Lucy.
Hi, I got a bit confused then, because I thought I was the first Lucy.
Did you respond when we said Lucy?
Awful. I was shouting at myself.
Were you?
Lucy, you're entirely different though. You're at the other end of the Lucy spectrum.
Really?
Yeah. You're full of vim and vigour.
I'm not detoxing. It was when you started on that I realised it wasn't me.
Really?
See, this is what happens. This is the difference between someone who is detoxed and someone who hasn't.
She's not awake.
What do you do, Lucy?
Well, I can't tell you because I'm probably not meant to be on the radio.
What do you do? Are you in a very powerful position?
Yes, I'm She-Ra.
You're She-Ra. That's very powerful. You must know He-Man then.
What's
he really like?
We've fallen out.
You've fallen out?
Yeah, that's why you don't see us on telly anymore.
So, Lucy, you're amazingly powerful, but you're insane.
Yeah, is the reason that you're not allowed to tell us because you've escaped from a special hospital?
This is why, you know, I mean, power and insanity goes hand in hand.
I bet you Lucy runs the BBC or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
She said a naughty word. Lucy, you're out of control. You are out of control. The word is Sith.
I tried to tell children not to say that, and especially not Frank.
All right, Lucy, let's wind this up. Come on, who are you voting for? The Beatles or...
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy, well done.
Yes, nice middle class.
Lucy, it's been fantastic to talk to you, and I'm sure we'll see you at some sort of business meeting fairly soon.
I really look forward to it. Love the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So there you go, that's 1-0, Beatles 1, Public Enemy 1. Let's go to our third caller, Perry. Hello, Perry.
Hello.
How are you, Perry?
I'm okay.
You're alright. What do you think of the Lucys there?
I think it's disgusting, this detoxing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm currently retoxing at this moment.
Really? Well, can I ask you, Perry, which was your favourite Lucy out of the two Lucys?
The second one, because of her silliness.
She was silly, wasn't
and her
she?
foul mouth. She was keyed up to such a point of heightened poshness that she was just all over the shop. Swearing, bouncing off the walls, getting excited. And I bet you she does have quite a powerful position in some company or other. Anyway, what are you going to vote for, Perry?
I'm going to vote for the Beatles.
Yeah, come on. And you know the track, obviously. I mean, it's very well known. Both these tracks are extremely well known. And have you made up your mind how you're going to vote? Don't talk to us, obviously, about anything political, but have you made up your mind?
I can't be bothered.
Yeah, you can't be bothered.
You've got to use that vote.
That is my political stance at this time.
You've got to use the vote. Come on, Perry, use the vote.
Even if it's just tactical, Perry, you've got to get in the ballot box.
It's fun. Voting's fun. You get to look inside your local primary school.
What?
Well, I went there anyway, so what's the point?
Well, you go. It's a good excuse to go back, and you tick your name off. It makes you feel like you belong and matter. Okay, Perry, well done. So there we go. We've been told to speed this up, otherwise we're not going to have time to play the track. It is 2-1 to the Beatles. What's going on? Karen, are you there?
Hello.
Hello, Karen. How are you?
I'm very well, yes, how are you?
I'm fine. Well, you sound so chattable too, but we've used up all our chit-chat time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talking to Lucy and Perry.
Okay.
Who are you voting for? Beatles or Public Enemy? The Beatles. What's going on? What's that? What is that then? Well, that's it then, isn't
That's it. That's the end of the story, isn't it? Beatles have won.
Lila, have you made an error?
I believe someone actually changed their...
Someone's changed their vote.
Someone's changed their vote there.
Because Cornish had swept the board, hadn't he?
Cornish had pretty much...
And Lila was trying to make it dramatic, and now it's all gone
someone,
booms
I
up.
believe it could have been Karen, did change her vote.
Karen, have you changed your vote? Are you still there, Karen?
I was
No?
helping with time.
You were helping with time by changing your vote?
Do that. You made
Karen,
a
do you
mockery of the
work in-
entire political process.
So you actually called in to vote for Public Enemy?
Yeah, I did.
Well, there you go. Well, stick with your vote. Public Enemy. 2-all.
All right, then.
Karen, we got loonies on the line today. Are we only being broadcast in a mental home?
Well, now we know what's going to win, don't we, after that? Who's next? Who's the last caller?
The last caller is Rob.
It's actually Liam. Rob was...
Liam, are you there?
Hello, Adam and Joe.
Hello, Liam. This is a flipping disaster, wouldn't you say?
I'm disappointed in other people's votes, really. So
Why?
I've got the casting vote, and I may even win the Miami Vice, and she was just trying to rob me.
Well, exactly. It's scandalous. It's like an election. It's like a corrupt election.
It is. I think it's the postal votes ruining it.
You've
Yeah.
got the casting vote, Liam. What's it going to be? Beatles or Public Enemy?
I have to fight the power.
Hey, well done. You see, I haven't won for 4 weeks, and finally I win. So thank you there for, giving me
No
some
problem, sir.
self-respect. Hey, thanks for calling, everybody, and thanks for listening to our show. We'll be back next week between 1 and 3 here on XFM.
And make sure you do go out and vote. Come on, there's no excuse. It's fun. It's an enjoyable way of keeping the democratic process going. And, just vote. And here's
Yeah.
Public Enemy.
Yet our best trained, best educated, best...
Okay, we've got to go into the ads now, Joe. I'm sorry to cut this
How
off.
dare you?
I'm sorry. Also,
How dare you? This is typical white man's attitude to my music.
sorry about that. Also, I want to apologise for misusing the word swinging.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean what I said it meant at all. What does it mean?
It means overly onerous. Justin Lee Collins is coming up next. If you don't know him, he's got a very heavy Bristol accent. Don't know if you've noticed that. Watch out for that.
Give us a shout out, Justin.
All right, you lovely boys.
Do you hear that? Very West Country.
Take care of Justin. He's not feeling that brilliant today. He's looking a little bit fragile.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
XFM.
Oh, sounds like the beginning of I'm Not in Love. Doesn't it?
It's by Godley and Cree.
Yeah.
By 10cc.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's the end of Speed of Sound by the mighty Coldplay. And before that, you heard Banquet by Block Party. This is Adam and Joe on XFM.
How many exclusive interviews can there be with Coldplay?
How many have you read recently?
4. When do you have to stop using the word exclusive?
I think the term exclusive refers to the fact that the words in your interview haven't
Right.
turned up in, it's
So they were, but say Coldplay did a day of interviews.
Yeah.
10 minutes each, 50 journalists. They'd all be exclusive.
They would all be exclusive.
Because they're not saying exactly the same thing.
Well, they are, but they're saying them to a different
It's
journalist.
diminished the impact of the word exclusive.
It has.
Yet they still put it really big, for instance, on the cover of Q.
Yeah, but
That's probably a good interview, though.
a lot of magazines, you would expect that Q would go into
Yeah.
some more
Yeah.
depth than maybe other people, than we would, for
Yeah.
example. What would you ask Chris Martin? What's it like?
What's it like
That's what I would ask. Oh, you'd ask.
What's a nipple like?
Don't. Oh, man.
What's wrong with asking that?
Because it's family time.
Well, that's
And you're
nipples,
already
families.
sucking
Nipples
on
are the key of
Gwyneth's
families.
nipples.
Nipples. They all families centre around nipples.
Families-
breastfeeding.
No.
Then
Not
at the
n-
beach.
Not at 1:10 on a Saturday afternoon.
Sorry.
Families don't want to know about
Let's
nipples.
keep it clean. This is
Okay.
Adam and Joe. This is XFM. We're with you for the next 1 hour and 50 minutes. What have we got coming up on the show, Adam?
Well, we've got a competition. We've got, I'd say, a semi-easy celebrity regression therapy competition this
Right.
week. And what have we got to give away for that?
What have we got to give away for that? Some sort of tickets.
We've got 5 pairs of tickets. Check this out.
Yeah.
To see the Star Wars Comedy Night on Monday, the 9th of May. That's this coming Monday at the Comedy Store, which is in aid of comic relief. And Joe, you're connected to that.
I'm connected to that because I'm going to be presenting some of Adam and my Star Wars spoof films that we made with little action figures for the Adam and Joe show. We're going to be showing 4 of those, as well as top stand-up from comedians like Terry Alderton, Lee Mack, Hattie Hayridge, Scott Capurro, and Mitch Benn. All Star Wars related. It's going to be a laughing nerdorama.
That's excellent. Have you seen the film yet?
No.
You're going to talk about your worries, your Star Wars worries later on, aren't you?
Yeah, I might do.
Well, that's good. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Also, there's some amazing Bounty Hunter clips that we want to play you just as a plug for the Bounty Hunter, but also they're well worth hearing in their own right. They've been getting some amazing callers on that show. That's Christian O'Connell's programme. The Bounty Hunter, of course, is a competition where you, basically, if you see someone famous in the street, you get them to call Christian's show, and they win. If you're voted as the best celebrity caller, you win what? 10 grand?
The person who got them to ring wins 10 grand, and the celebrity gets 5 grand for the charity of their choice.
Did you get that, listeners? I think you did. But they've been getting people of a fairly high caliber, like Steven Spielberg.
Poor celebrities, though, having to give it to charity. This is the accepted wisdom, isn't it? Celebrities can't win anything. They have to give it to charity. And some of the people who pass for celebrities these days, they need the money. And you can see the look of anxiety and depression on Caprice's face when she's won £5,000 on a gunge game, and yet it has to go to some sick children's hospital. She needs the money.
She's probably got, she siphons it off into a charity account.
Celebrity charity.
But who else have they got? Well, Ronnie Corbett, that impresses me. This is people who phoned in for Bounty Hunter. Anyway, we'll play a few of those later on. But stick with us here on XFM. You can hear all kinds of amazing music from the likes of Ben Folds. We're going to be playing later on. British Sea Power, The White Stripes. That's an amazing new single from them. The Magic Numbers, Air, Foo Fighters. All coming up on the show, as well as a few unexpected nuggets from myself and Joe. That's the Killers with Smile Like You Mean It. This is Adam and Joe on XFM.
So this week on Channel 4 at 11:40, it's a new series of Comedy Labs. You know Comedy Labs, Adam. You've been involved in one.
I certainly was involved in one. Yeah, they're a kind of way of basically putting pilots for comedy shows on TV, aren't
Yeah, experimental, dangerous new comedy.
they? Yeah.
And there's one on Tuesday night that I, Joe Cornish, am heavily involved in called Modern Toss. It's an adaptation of a comic book, and I'd like everybody who listens to this show to watch it. It's at 11:40 on Tuesday the 10th, and it's received 5 red stars from Zoo magazine.
Oh, well done, man.
And a major rave from the Guardian Guide.
And any heat action?
Wholly ignored by Heat.
Oh, you're out in the cold.
Mildly dissed by Time Out. But it's edgy. People don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's very, very different, Modern Toss, but very funny.
What
So
kind
everyone's
of
gotta
thing
watch
is it? A bit of animation, bit of...
It's a bit like if the Mr. Men were evil.
Yeah.
It would be Modern Toss. There's some animation, there's some live action. Some of it's directed by me, and it's brilliant.
Did you direct the live action bits or the animation bits, or both?
The live action bits?
Okay. And any humorous people that we might know involved?
It's part of the anti-star movement.
Anti-star movement? Brilliant.
But, listen, besides plugging that, I was just going to talk about, because I went to the launch of all the Comedy Labs at Channel 4. They have a special launch, and they get everybody who's involved in, I think, the 5 shows they've commissioned, or maybe more, 6. And they show a little clip from each. And so I've now seen a clip from the whole lineup of Comedy Labs, and there's another couple I can recommend. There's one called Whatever.
Yeah.
And the idea is that teenagers, basically very, very stupid teenagers, are given carte blanche, a phrase they wouldn't even understand.
The white card.
To invent formats for TV shows.
Yeah.
So they have a focus group with idiot teenagers, and they just come up with ideas of stuff they think would be good on telly.
Is this for real? They do it with real teenagers?
This is for real. And they've got the most idiotic teenagers you've ever seen. I could have just looked at the teenagers for half an hour. They've got the most amazingly gormless faces.
And then do they actually make the shows they come up with?
Well, the genius thing is, like, one of their ideas is chav baiting. They go, oh yeah, what about a show where, what about chav baiting? Yeah, you go up to a show and you like slag off a chav, and if they don't hit you, you win a tenner or something like that.
Yeah.
And they don't even sculpt these ideas into something really well honed. They just do exactly what the idiot teenagers have told them. So this very nice guy called Tom, very good presenter, quite a posh guy, goes out and starts baiting chavs in the street, being fed lines by the teenagers. Are you following this?
Yeah.
And there's a fantastic near fight on screen. There's, I think there's one where they goad Jade Goody with a sausage or something. But anyway, they're very, it was very funny, and I recommend that. It's called Whatever, coming up at some point next week on Channel 4. And the other one that was brilliant was called I Am Spasticus.
Who's involved in that?
Now, I Am Spasticus takes the sort of trigger-happy 3 non-blondes format, prank, hidden camera, hidden camera pranks,
Yeah.
I mean, and applies it with people with physical disabilities. Mm-hmm. So there'll be a genuine woman with half an arm, and she'll come running out of the sea, dripping blood from it, shouting about sharks.
That is...
There'll be a blind guy, completely blind guy, walks
Yeah.
into an off-licence with a dildo, saying, "This doesn't work. I'd like
Yeah.
my money back."
Okay.
Stuff like that. Anyone laughing? It's troubling, isn't it? It's confrontational. It's disturbing.
It's
And it's
disturbing
challenging
me.
our attitudes